Welcome, everybody. We'll get started in a little bit on this webinar. Thank you all for coming. All right. Right. We'll get started in just a minute. We're just at the top of the hour. Probably only need about 25 or 30 minutes for this webinar. So thank you all for coming. We'll get started in just another minute. Just one more minute. It's just 1 minute past. All right. Well, let's get started. It's a couple minutes past the hour. Thank you all for coming. I'm Rob Manfredi. 1 second. I see a couple other people logging in. Hold on. All right, there we go. I think that everybody's in at this point. I've turned off so they can just come through the lobby, so that makes it easier for me. All right, well, thank you all for coming again. I'm Rob Manfredi. I'm the owner of Bamboo Solutions, and it's great to see a great list of people interested in our knowledge-based solution for SharePoint Online. We're going to go through a quick PowerPoint about Bamboo, an overview of the product and its pricing. We're going to take a look at our website and how you can get a free trial of the product, as well as a quick demo walkthrough so you can see what the experience is like for your users. So we'll try to do all that in under 30 minutes. So there will be a recording available for this as well. And we look forward to talking with you if this product is of interest. So let's hop into this. All right, so Bamboo. So we are a leading provider of software applications and consulting services for SharePoint and Microsoft 365. We're a gold partner. We've got over 8,000 customers that have installed our products. 2,000 of those are on active maintenance. And we've got both super large companies as well as small companies that use our product. And we've got special pricing if you're a small customer. But our infrastructure is there to support even the largest of customers out there to ensure these products are meeting the needs of your stakeholders. We always like to say our experience makes us best in class and really gives you top-notch expertise in products. Um, the Bamboo brand and products have been around for over 20 years. SharePoint Experts, which is our company, bought that company in 2016. So we've been at this for over 10 years as a company. We're a mid-sized company, I would say. We're 40 folks. And again, we've got a very great repeat business on both the products and services for what we do out there. What is nice about our product is that they adhere to the best practices of Microsoft for third-party add-ins to SharePoint Online. That means they are SPFX solutions. So that means they utilize the SharePoint framework. They are not add-ins, so they are not going away. This is the preferred way that Microsoft wants vendors to enhance the functionality of SharePoint. Our products are available both through our website as well as the Microsoft App Store, so you can find the products in both places. Our products are sold as a perpetual license with first-year support. Second-year support is optional, but that allows you to continue to get your support and upgrades. And again, these are not add-ins, which you may have read are going away. We've got a nice blog post about that. These are SPFX solutions, which are fully supported from Microsoft. So what that means is they are standalone products that run within your SharePoint Online tenant, right, as an SPFX solution, that it complies with all of the SharePoint security within your tenant. You add them to your app catalog, which your admins do. Then you add those products to a SharePoint page, and then your users access them through the browser. These are not SaaS solutions. There's no talk back to Bamboo. We have the highest level of concern for security and want you to know that we're willing to work with your security and risk team to ensure that these products pass all of their security concerns. Okay, let's talk about licensing of the product. This is a single price per SharePoint tenant. That is a perpetual license that you can then add the product to as many site collections as you'd like. So you could have many different knowledge bases, right, using the same license. It is a perpetual license. The product will work forever once you buy it. We do recommend you stay on maintenance. So in your first year purchase, you do get the first year of maintenance and support, which includes telephone support as well as upgrades and new versions. And then about 90 days before your 1 year, you'll get a quote from us for the renewal cost of the maintenance. That renewal cost is 22% of your purchase price. It's old school software and maintenance models. And if you're a larger customer with over 2,000 users in your SharePoint site, there is an additional support fee just because you're going to use the heck out of that product, which we'll go through as well. If you're a small business, right? So again, we got a perpetual license. The product has a price. But if you are a commercial business with less than 100 employees or a not-for-profit or educational institution with less than 300 employees, we have a special maintenance-only price. So you would only pay the maintenance of the product to get your perpetual license for the first year, and then the maintenance would be due every year that you choose to stay on maintenance. If you're a larger customer, we have an additional per account support fee. If you're over 2,000 but less than 10,000 users in your SharePoint site, please talk to us about that. If you've got users in there that are maybe out in the field and never use SharePoint, we'll take that into consideration. This is more of an agreement between our two organizations. It's an additional $2,500 per year, no matter how many products you own. If you're over 10,000 to 100,000, it's $13K. And if you're over 100,000, we've got a couple clients that have, close to 400,000 or 500,000 users on their SharePoint site. So let's talk about this. We do provide additional enterprise features with these higher levels of support. But again, those are one-time charges per account per year you're on maintenance, regardless of the number of products that you own. Okay, let's jump into the knowledge base and let's take an overview of what it looks like. Then we'll look at the website and then we'll get into the product itself. If you have any questions, the chat is open. I'm going to keep monitoring it and looking for questions that pop up. What about NGOs? Yes, NGOs would count, I believe, in the not-for-profit area. So let's talk about that. Or actually as a government, right? Yes, and it's a .org. So we would be happy to provide you with our not-for-profit pricing. Now, if you are a not-for-profit over 300 people, we do offer, I believe it's a 10% discount, is our not-for-profit price and education price. If you're under 300, again, it's the maintenance only. Perfect. Moving on. So the knowledge base. What we're trying to do here is provide a centralized repository for knowledge articles within SharePoint Online. This solution utilizes lists within SharePoint to store those articles, but the articles themselves are full, rich HTML. So you can create beautiful articles utilizing the integrated Fruela editor that we have bundled in with the product for your article creation, copy and pasting, or importing. So that means you can embed videos and images very easily without having to do all the gyrations you typically would have to do with SharePoint and putting assets in a library and bringing them in and the like. And we'll see that all in action. Yes, this event is being recorded. I will actually send out a link to that recording if you can't access it in the files after this is done. So it'll be in my MediaFire account. You can download the movie file afterwards. Okay. We also now support Active Directory groups to gain access to the knowledge base. So that was not supported by SharePoint Online until very recently. So that is actually being worked on right now. It'll be released mid-July, where the KB user group in SharePoint used to have to add individual people into that, but we've got some large organizations and they want 10,000 people. So you can actually just drop an AD group into that SharePoint group and we'll be able to parse that for access. So that's a really nice bonus feature that's coming out in July. Again, we talked about the perpetual licensing and whoops, actually this special incentive is now a permanent incentive. We include a product called List Bulk Import at no charge, which allows you to quickly create your library of articles using an import tool that converts Word documents into your KB articles and pushes things in. So we'll go through that as well. So it's all about sharing, right? So within the product, we provide full text search that allows you to quickly and easily find articles, and then you can save those articles to your personal favorites. You can delegate the content review of articles. So if every 6 months you need an article reviewed, you can actually assign that to a user within SharePoint. So they get a reminder to go in and update that content every 6 months and set a new review date. We've incorporated a discussion board within each article so that a user can provide feedback or tips and tricks or helpful hints for other users. So this KB article is meant to be the KB product is meant to be internal to your organization or whoever has access. So that if there's an article, right, and a user actually has some additional information, they can post that at the bottom of the article to let other people know that there's some, maybe additional things they should know. Now, of course, email notifications go out to the admins. That comment is fully editable and you can reply to those comments. But what we're trying to do is crowdsource additional information for each article that may be helpful to your other users. We also provide search analytics so that you as admins can take a look at what your user base is searching for, how many times, and what were the articles they clicked on or were presented with, so you can see if the knowledge base is serving the needs of your users. We've added some new updates in the most recent release, some advanced formatting and emoticons. You can have the knowledge base as a full page experience or within a window. We've updated the email notifications for the feedback and the like. We're now assuming the SharePoint theming, so colors and fonts now assume the SharePoint themes you choose. And we've actually trimmed down some of the navigation so that you get a little more real estate for your users. We talked about List Bulk Import. It's a product that actually is a desktop product of ours that used to be used for moving data in and out of lists, which it still does very nicely. But we've added an additional feature where you can point it to a folder full of Word documents, We will inhale those Word documents, convert them to HTML, and then push that into the knowledge base, fully formatted, preserving everything that you have within there. So if you don't want to if you don't want to create your articles in the product using the Froela editor, you can create your articles in Word, right? And just import them using this tool, or copy and paste works really well, which we'll see today, and the like. When you import that, it will prompt you for all the metadata, which we'll talk about in categories and tag clouds, publish dates, and things like that, that really help that set up the search features within there. So it's a really great product, and will help you build your library very quickly. There's also an ancillary product that comes with it called KB Lite, or Knowledge Base Lite. So the knowledge base solution, right, sits on a page, and it's got an article list that it points to, as well as a list for, the metadata, et cetera, et cetera. But we have this smaller version of the KB that you can put in different site collections that point back to that article list and allow users to essentially access that KB without having to navigate to the page over here at the knowledge base solution, right? So we'll take a look at that KB Lite as well, and those come with the product. So you get the big knowledge base solution, you get list bulk import, and you get KB Lite as well. All right, let's take a quick website tour, and then we'll get into the demo. All right, just make sure there's no more questions. All right, so here we are at bamboosolutions.com. When you click on the products link, you'll get this nice flyout. The blue products are for SharePoint Online. The green products are for SharePoint On-Prem. Now, we do have the knowledge base products for SharePoint On-Prem, 2016, 2019, and 2022. However, it only works in classic pages on-prem. A question just came up that in terms of features and functionalities, does Bamboo KB integrate analytics and AI to generate new knowledge from the various knowledge artifacts, or is it focused on search? It's really focused today on searching and retrieving existing knowledge. And that information is stored in lists, so you can point all sorts of tools at those lists to look at the data. But we are integrating more AI into our products as Copilot becomes a little more open to third parties accessing the information within Copilot, which is, of course, the future for everybody. So right now, it is pretty much you build articles and people can get access to those articles. All right, so on the left is our products. We're going to be looking at, let's go in here and view more. And you'll get a full list of our products for SharePoint Online, all in blue. We color code everything. And then we're going to be looking at this knowledge base solution. If we pop into that product page, you'll get movies on the product, the actual user guide for the product, some nice features and functions of what's out there. And then the price is at the bottom. So this product, perpetual license, first year maintenance is under $10,000. It's $9,338. Unless you're a small business, then it is only 22% of that product. There's a link to AppSource if you want to get it there, or you can access a free trial, no credit card needed, right here by clicking on the Bamboo Shopper. There's the trial, there's the purchase if you want to buy it, but on the trial, you just add that to your cart. Create an account, download the product, you get full support. We'll help install it if you want. We'll do full free walkthroughs, and for 30 days, you can use the product and test it out with your stakeholders as well. And again, no credit card needed. If you decide not to purchase it, you don't have to do anything. It just expires on you. Okay. If you do decide to purchase, we just simply license what you have. So if you're building out your knowledge base and you're like, I love this thing, let's get it going. We just add a license to it and off it goes. So there is no difference between the trial version and the actual version. Okay. But let's go ahead and take a look at the product. All right, let's go ahead and it's sitting here a bit, so I'm going to refresh it and make sure everything is still connected. All right, so we're on a SharePoint Modern page here, and I've got here my navigation on the left. I'm at the home page. As an admin, I get to see this create articles, manage questions and categories, my statistics and analytics, and then some additional setup here. As a user, I only see the home, the dashboard, the tag cloud, and the ability to ask a question. I would only see these top 4 icons there. In the main homepage, we can break this into 3 sections. The first section, the biggest one, is our article grid, right? So this is a paginated grid. We have gone past the 5,000 article limit, so we've got some customers with 7, 8, 9,000 articles, and it works, is very performant even at those larger levels. This grid has 3 tabs, which is the all article tabs, which has admin pinned articles, which allows you to pin them to the top. It has articles that I've selected as my favorites, which is something I manage, right? So if I need to get back to an article, I can actually just open an article and add it to my favorites. And then I've got a tag cloud over there as well as over here. The second section is the search. So this allows me to do a full text search against the title, the category, the tags, as well as the text within the article itself. So it's a very fast performance search with some intelligent typing related to article title, which we'll see in a second. And then on the left, I've got categories. So this is a way to group articles together by categories. Notice they can be nested so that you can have as many nested as you want. So if I wanted to see all articles related to Microsoft Store, I would simply do that. And you can see in the category Microsoft Store, right? But you can also see that articles can be in multiple categories, right? So that's kind of a nice thing as well. As I move through the categories, the search will only search the items within a selected category. So it's a way of refining your search to a smaller amount of articles, right? So let's go ahead and let's search for calendar, right? So I got halfway through it. It found a title called Adding Calendar Plus. But if I just want to search against calendar and all the articles, what came up was that article. There's another article that's been tagged with Calendar Plus. So I actually got 3 results there. If I wanted to see only articles that had the word calendar and that was also part of licensing, I would just simply click on that category and it persists the search and then brings it down. So what we're trying to do is find a very simple, intuitive way for users to find the articles they're looking for very quickly. Okay, now once I have my article, I just simply click on it and that article comes up. So now that we're looking at the article itself, let's go through a couple of its components. So we do support rating, right? So users can rate this article. I can add it to my favorites tab right here. I can copy an article link, which would allow me to send this article to somebody. And then we're adding a button here that says view article in full screen. So the article down here would actually take up the full screen if you wanted to see it and have a more immersive experience. And that's coming out in the July release as well. So down below, you can see we've got a bunch of links to external sites. Hashtags do work if you want to link within the article. And this is a pretty short article, not with a lot of stuff in it. But down at the bottom, we've also got links to external resources. You can add attachments and you can add feedback. And this is that discussion board we spoke about where users can add feedback about this article, such as, I also found this item very helpful when troubleshooting, something like that. And then maybe put a link, something like that. And then you can add that and it will actually create a running discussion at the bottom of this article generated by the users. Now, of course, that's editable by the admins, but what we mean to do is a lot of users have experience that should be incorporated, which you could then do, or they're sharing with their fellow people to just make it happen. All right, let's come back here. So that's pretty much how easy it is to do that. Now, these are sortable, so you can sort by category, you can sort by views, right? So you can see the highest number of views. But we do have this nice little dashboard, which allows you to see the most popular articles, the top rated articles, articles that were recently added or recently updated, right? And then you can get a full list by clicking on the More button. In addition to the dashboard, we've got a tag cloud. And what we can see are the number of articles that have been tagged, and the size of the font shows you how many articles have that. So if I wanted to see a simple list search is used in 4 articles. If I click on it, it brings me back and does the search for me. And now I've got essentially all tags that have simple list search articles where they have them, right? And then I can open it and off I go and the like. So that was the home, which is everything. My nice little dashboard, my cloud, tag cloud, and then this one is a question section. So this allows users to ask a question, much like creating an article, and then it creates a searchable database of questions and answers that have been answered by subject matter experts, right? It's like another little mini knowledge base that's generated by questions, right? Within it. So this is actually something you can turn on or off if you don't want the questions piece, and you do that right here. You can say, just get rid of the questions menu. So if you're using ServiceNow or something else for questions and you don't want the knowledge base to have that, you can just turn it off right here. Okay. All right. So let's get in now to how we actually create and manage the articles. Got a question coming in. Give that 1 second. Nope, went away. All right. So let's go manage articles. All right. So again, you have to be an admin in order to get to this section. And it looks very similar, except we've got a little more tabs, and we've also got this create article link, right? So what's nice about creating articles is I'm having some memory issues. Sorry about that. My editor didn't pop up that time. There it is. These buttons didn't show up. I got a memory leak somewhere on this dev site. Anyway, once you open up, create a new article, you're presented with this great editor, article title, but we also have templates. So you can create an article and the body, and then choose the categories and the tags and all that stuff, and then save this as a template. And what that will do then is allow you to create an article from a template. Let's say it's a certain formatting and it's, you just have to add the text in without having to create everything from scratch. So it's really just like a series of starter articles that you create that you can keep referring to, and it pre-populates things in there. So if I do that, right, it brings everything in from that article in here as well. So let me go ahead and delete that. So let's do a new article for, what are we in, June. And this is the Froela editor. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to create this into a full screen view. And you can see in here, we've got all of our formatting. We've got our links. We've got abilities to insert videos, pictures. We've got a bunch more rich text items that we can add in here, such as tables. But what I really love about this editor, and one of the reasons we chose it, is it allows you to do cut and paste. Oh, that's a great feature idea, Steve, that you could have a read and understood function. Better than a rating function that shows the article was useful. That might be a neat idea for a future release. Wouldn't be that hard to do. We just simply create a new column in the list and put in a read and understood along with the user. Anyway, we'll take that under advisement there. So I've got this looks familiar because it was my template. But anyway, what's interesting is we got an article here with multiple pictures, right, and the like. So I do have the ability to just grab all of this and copy it and drop it in here. It's going to say paste detected. It's going to clean, and it uploads all of our images and gives you a head start. Now, That is very hard to do in SharePoint for anybody who's created an article in SharePoint. To have multiple assets that can go in without having to link those assets to an assets library. So that's one of the things we love about this editor, is that you can quickly import through our tool or cut and paste using just standard cut and paste functions to create very rich articles. In terms of inserting videos, it's much the same way, right? When you click on this, you can just put a URL in, or you can grab your whole embed code and it will autoplay as a thumbnail if you choose to do that as well. So really simple to add videos to articles and makes them a pretty rich experience. So let's go ahead and get out of my full screen edit mode. Now at the bottom of this article, we have all the categories that we created. So you can just simply select the categories that you want to add this article to. You can put in external resources, which is just a link, right? So if, let's say this was, how to enroll in your benefits, and then you could put a link to the benefits enrollment page. Your tag cloud is available as well. So you can just simply go through quickly and add things that are related, or you can just type in a new item, because again, these are pretty free form. Hold on, new, and then you can just say add new item, and that will create a new tag in your tag cloud. You can choose to pin it or not. And then this is where you set your review date. So let's say I want this reviewed at the end of the year before we go into next year. I can just set a review date for December 31st, and then I can choose somebody to review it. So let's go ahead and, not my son, I'll become the reviewer, right? And then we also have an auto expire date. If this is an article that is only pertinent for the year, you can expire it at the end of the year, or just have no expiration date and will stay up forever. So two nice date fields that allow you to manage the content within here. You can choose to have the user, give them the ability to export the article as a PDF as well. And then on the attachments, you can go ahead and just choose files for your attachments, and then also choose related articles that are related to this one as well. All right, so let's just go ahead. Let's go and publish this, and we'll save it, and off it goes. So actually, if I go back to my dashboard, whoops, did I just do that? Click the home button by accident. If I go to my dashboard, we can see my recently added and recently updated shows the article that I just created. And there is the article ready to go. It's already in the repository and people can search for it, and off they go. You can see my related articles, my external resource, and then my feedback is ready to go as well on that article. So look, we're not trying to boil the ocean with this product. We're trying to create a very meaningful, accessible knowledge base in richly formatted articles, right? So, for under $10,000 perpetual license, it's not going to do what a ServiceNow does, or it's not going to do what an enterprise KB thing is going to do. But we keep adding features that are very meaningful, easy to use, so that if you need a KB for HR, if you need a KB for error codes for a help desk group, if you need a KB for policies and procedures, this is a perfect product that allows you to quickly and easily manage articles in there. And we do have the analytics related to search. So we can see what was searched in the last 60 days, how many times it was searched, what were the results presented to the users, and what they actually clicked on, right? On how many times. So what you want to do is not see the zero click-through rates, right? Where they're searching for knowledge base, they were presented this article and nobody clicked on it. Now this is just one, but as you get more meaningful, right, in your time searched, this becomes really informative to what's going on within the articles and the like. All right, that's pretty much our full demo of the product. It's really an amazing product that allows you to quickly create knowledge bases within your organization, something that everybody should have, no matter how small or how big you want that knowledge base to be. Creating just a simple list or a bunch of PDFs in a directory is not really a knowledge base. That's a document library, and this allows us to be a little better than that and the like. Yes, we can help export a bunch of pages from on-prem to our 365 cloud. We can absolutely do that, Steve. We've done it for other customers in the past. And there's lots of ways. If we can get those into a PDF that can then go to a Word, we can then import those all very easily into to this cloud product. So happy to talk with you about that. Reach out to us and off we go. All right. I think that's about it. Again, I'm Rob Manfredi. There's my email. We're located here in Reston, Virginia. 25 products and counting for SharePoint Online. 90% of what we're selling is for SharePoint Online, but we still support all of our on-prem customers, and we love to help them transfer from their on-prem world to the SharePoint Online world, which is always our goal. So I am planning on doing demos of other products, not in this webinar, but we do a webinar a month. Or if you want, just hit our contact us form that comes to me, and we can set up 30 minutes to go through the products that are of interest to you as quickly or as in-depth as you like. So let's set up a one-on-one for other products, and happy to show you everything you want to see. You'll get an email from me after this that has a link to the file to download, so you can respond right to that as well, and we can set up a one-on-one to go through all the different products you want to see. We love showing off our products. All right, everybody, have a great day, and we look forward to seeing you all online. Oh, got another message. Love it. Oh, you're welcome.